Your wax selection is so important because this is going to affect if your clients have a great experience and whether or not they're going to rebook their services with you. There's a place for soft wax and hard wax in your treatment room. It's just having the information available and that education to know when you should use a soft wax versus a hard wax and for which types of clients. Welcome to Universal Spa Education. Today we're talking all about wax selection. We know that there are thousands of wax formulations that are out there on the market, and as a spa professional, it is so difficult to decide which wax is best for you and best for your clients. So how do you even choose? Your wax selection can truly make or break your treatments. We know that many of the issues that professionals face when selecting wax, it's not really a technique issue. It's just a formulation mix match. Maybe it's a formula that doesn't work best for your clients. If they have coarse hair, maybe that wax is actually formulated for thin hair. There's so many different variables that can really go into which wax is going to work best for your clients and for you as a professional. So today we're going to break that down. Let's start with the basics and looking at the differences between soft wax and hard wax. One of the most important things to remember when you're choosing between a hard wax and a soft wax is that they're not interchangeable tools. They're different products that are going to work differently in hair removal services. Your hard waxes, they're going to shrink wrap around the hair and pull only the hair. Your soft waxes, they're going to adhere to both the hair and the skin. So because of that difference, you cannot reapply a soft wax to the same treatment area more than one time. With a hard wax, you can go back in and reapply that product to the same surface area a couple of times if needed for cleanup of any straggler hairs, or if you have a client that has multi-directional growth patterns where you're doing a technique where you go over one side, remove, and then go the other side in the opposite direction and remove. So you can do that with hard wax, not with soft wax. Hard waxes are typically going to be your better option when you're working with really coarse, well-rooted hairs, or depending on the surface area that you're working on. They're great for underarms, bikinis, facial hair removal, and many other treatments. Your soft waxes are typically going to be better for your larger surface areas, so think full arms, full legs. Your very sensitive clients are typically going to prefer a hard wax as well, again, because it does not stick to the skin like a soft wax typically will, and it's not going to remove those superficial cells that are on the top of the skin. One of the biggest differences between using the soft wax and the hard wax is, again, that you're going to have to use a strip for the removal with the soft wax. Your soft wax is very tacky. It's never going to dry or harden on the skin. So it does have to have that strip for removal. Your hard wax does set on the skin to a place where that it is dry enough and hard enough that you can remove it with just your hand for removal. So it does not require that strip process. So how do you choose a soft wax or a hard wax that's best for your business? That's the overall question, right? Is how do you actually choose which wax is the best? And really the answer is there's no wax that's absolutely going to be the best for every single person, every client, every treatment room, and every professional that's out there doing services. You have to find what's going to work best for you and best for your clients. And that's really going to be determined by what's their hair type, what's their skin type. Are they very sensitive? Are you looking for a wax that's more geared towards speed waxing? Soft wax may be your option there. Or are you wanting something that's very, very good for those who don't have a high pain tolerance? Maybe you want to go with a hard wax. So there's all of these different variables, and it's really just important to know what your options are and how they work best. For beginners, typically soft wax is going to be your best bet to learning how to properly apply your wax and remove it efficiently. Your technique is not as advanced with soft wax. It's really easy to apply your product and remove it. With a hard wax formulation, you are going to have more of a technique where you have to create a lip that you can then pull and remove that strip with. So if you are a beginner, you're not sure where to start, I would definitely look into some really great soft wax options for yourself. Some important information to know about your waxing ingredients as well is that there are two main types of waxes. You have your natural pine rosin waxes and you have synthetic resin waxes. And really the biggest difference in those is that your natural rosin waxes are typically going to be a lot stickier and tackier. They're usually really great for coarse hair removals or some of those areas where the hair is more dense, like Brazilian or underarms. With that being said, those types of waxes are typically more of an allergen because of the natural pine. So there are also synthetic versions of waxes, which are made from synthetic ingredients that are going to be more hypoallergenic, better for your clients with more sensitive skin or those allergies to a natural pine rosin. Because they all work differently and they may have different little tips and tricks across those different brands that can make a big difference when you're using the products. And those can be things like your technique, how you're actually applying the wax, your pre and post products, or any kind of preparation steps that are outside of the norm. Your pre and post products are definitely one of those things in waxing that can make or break your service. Every single client that you're servicing should be pre-cleansed before any wax ever touches their body. Look at the brand that you're using. Make sure that they have a cleanser that's going to work well with their wax, because there are different protocols that can make a difference in how your wax is going to apply after you have pre-cleansed the skin. Secondly, you want to see if there are any products that need to be used after the cleanser, such as powders to help dry up any moisture or any oils to help hydrate the skin. And then you also want to look at your post products. You want to have something that's going to help to soothe and comfort your client after wax removal. And some of those post products are going to be really soothing and cooling on the skin to really comfort your clients after their waxing treatment. Another super important step in your preparation for any service with wax is that you want to test the temperature of the wax on your inner wrist. This is not only going to ensure that your wax is not too hot or too cold for your client, it's also going to ensure that you're at the proper temperature for the consistency. You don't want a wax that's too thick and supposed to have a thinner application, and you don't want a wax that is too thin to where it does not properly encapsulate the hairs. Good to go. Don't forget to educate your clients on proper home care after their waxing treatments. For the first 24 to 48 hours, your clients should not be swimming, they should not be sitting in a hot sauna, they should not be working out and getting excessively sweaty. They should also watch what kind of products they're using on the skin for the surface area that was treated. So for the brows, for example, or the upper lip, you don't want to use any retinols or harsh acids that are going to compromise the skin even further. So things like that, be sure to educate so that your clients are having a great experience and coming back to you often.